to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, it's that time of year, kids. It's over. It's all over. College football's over. Mm-hmm. How'd you feel about this year?
We liked to say pretty much constantly that everyone sucked.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, it was like
I feel the same way.
Like the bad version of parody.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Was it really?
It's different. We have 3 new teams in the college football playoff.
We do.
Georgia's usually in it, but
So
we have 2 new teams.
I enjoy dominance. Like that's no surprise. You know, I've talked about it numerous times. I don't even care if it's my team, just somebody's team. I want to dominate and be a clear-cut champion where it was like, fuck, nobody was beating that team this year. To me, it was Georgia, and then they got exposed in the night with black lights in a hotel room that they were unfamiliar with, and it really shattered my dreams. Now, I don't know what to think of this fucking playoff at all. I don't.
I think everything's on the fucking table.
So do I.
Including Bama losing to Cincinnati. I genuinely think that's on the table.
God damn it.
Whoa. Was that you think so too?
Did you just steal my thunder like 30 seconds in?
Good, yeah.
There's no way
to undercut your take.
Fuck you.
Dan, I'm looking at you. There's no fucking way, right?
Probably not.
Yeah. There's no way.
I mean, it's the scenarios you would see something like that happening would be to coaches not named Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that the Cincinnati football team could probably beat the Alabama football team at some non-zero number out of 100, right? They would beat them a couple times at least. But with Saban, unless it's injury shit, they're not going to make mistakes that open up for a team like Cincinnati to win.
No.
Frankly. Cincinnati has to play a perfect game and also hope that Alabama doesn't.
Yeah, and they didn't even play a perfect game against Houston. They were up by 1 at half. They ended up getting a pick 6 to start off the third quarter, and then another turnover.
They covered,
but they didn't score any points in the fourth quarter. They scored 21 in the third and ended up covering. But it was not a great game if you're a Cincinnati fan, if you're saying I got Bama next.
Yeah, no, they haven't been dominant most of the year. It's fucking weird. But this isn't, I don't know. It's not like, I don't necessarily care about that as much as I usually would because, like, there have been other teams, G5 teams, soft-ass teams that, like, put up 100 points, right? But, like...
Name names. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
UCF.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. They should have lost. They should have lost to South Florida, by the way.
It's just different. Like, this team feels like it's got actual fucking dudes on it. Like, it's not just some gimmicky
They have a star quarterback
G5 program.
They have a good offensive and defensive line.
A lot of draft picks on the defense.
Good running back. And, you know what the...
And a great coach.
Great coach. And the strength of their team is their secondary,
Yes.
which is going to be tested.
It is, yeah.
Fully.
That'll be on full display at Jerry
Maybe.
World. Are you kidding me?
Maybe.
And there is one minor...
Nick Saban's not stupid. Like, he may run the ball down their fucking throat all game.
It could. Who's their running back? They got I feel like every year they got a Heisman.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Bama's got like 4 running backs.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's in there for those guys. It's another 5-star recruit, just butt fucking people. But you know, we'll see. We'll get to that in a second. It's called the Big Six now, right? Is that what
New Year's Six?
New Year's Six is what we're going with.
I think we already covered a game accidentally.
Which one?
The Peach Bowl.
Who's that?
Pitt, Michigan State.
Yeah. Well, look, we didn't because now people are out. People are out. So we'll start with Pitt and Michigan State here. All these spreads we're reading are from mybookie.com. Promo code Drinking Bros will double your deposits. There's nothing funner than betting on all these bowl games. We got money on this Kent State game right now. That's live.
Yeah.
All of us. I got Kent State in this one. I think you took the over.
Took the over, 60.5.
Yeah. The world famous potato bowl.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
It's kind of disappointing. So I guess the winning coach gets French fries dumped on him.
Yes.
I wish it was full potatoes.
Full potatoes.
Full potatoes would be
Wait,
great.
isn't McDonald's having to ration French fries right now?
Yes.
Wow.
We have a French fries?
Yeah, there's a French fry shortage.
Real-
And a chicken strip shortage.
Yeah.
It's a let them eat cake situation there.
China.
They're just playing.
God, there's precedent for that too.
Oh, yeah.
Potato famine.
Fuck. Look at Ireland, dude. Look at all my ancestors.
We starved to death because we didn't have a side dish.
No.
Yeah.
And
That's
Bob,
all.
they can't eat cake because the milkshake machine never works at McDonald's.
Ever.
Ice cream machine too, yeah.
That and the slushy machine. I take my kid there a lot. It never works.
I think we've talked about it on Softcore before that we actually fully victim blame the Irish because we were like, you're an island. Fish.
Yeah.
Just get fish.
That's all you have to do.
They didn't do it.
I think Manchin, by the way, backed out of that deal the Build Back Better plan because he wanted the McDonald's milkshake machines to work.
Yeah.
And Biden said no. His mistake.
Wow, Biden loves ice cream. Wow, what a left turn for him.
His mistake.
Yeah, but he's hoarding all the remaining machines that actually work at the White House. Right
Okay.
now.
for himself.
He's selfish.
For himself. So we'll start with the old Peach Bowl, Mercedes-Benz Stadium down in Atlanta.
Great stadium.
Great stadium. That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Big fan of everything they did there. Their only mistake was putting the Chick-fil-A in there. Because on Sundays when the Falcons play, you don't get to eat it. It's closed.
I think.
Yeah, but this is New Year's Day, right?
It is. So if Chick-fil-A will be open if you're going to this game. Tickets are as low as $10 on drinkinbrostickets.com. That is no lie. $10. So if you're in the Atlanta area and bored and want to go see teams missing their superstars, that's where we're at. This spread.
It's a fucking exhibition.
This is why I don't mind recovering this game because we didn't know who was going to sit out. We heard rumors.
Yeah.
This is Michigan State minus 2.5. Obviously, their superstar running back for Michigan State is out. He's going to rest for the draft.
Yep.
And then
Both quarterbacks, right?
quarterback for Pitt. Yeah.
Kenny Pickett's
out.
out too.
Kenny Pickett's out.
This game is on next Thursday. It's not on New Year's.
Oh, is it really?
The Peach Bowl is the 30th.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Really, they moved it.
They moved it. Yeah. Well,
Because I went.
Well,
to
they probably moved it
UCF.
to a non-primetime slot, right?
Well, so what happens was it's, growing up in Atlanta, it was every New Year's Eve, and then they had the peach drop outside the stadium.
Yeah.
And that was a fun New Year's thing. But now the two big games, the college football playoffs, are on New Year's Eve.
Right.
So I'm assuming they moved it for that.
Yes, because I went for the UCF Auburn game. It was New Year's Day,
Mm-hmm.
12 o'clock, and it was like 1 degree out in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta gets cold.
Record low.
People
It
are
does.
Like, people are like, oh, the South. It won't. It gets fucking cold. Man.
Gets cold there, man.
By the way, I refuse to call it New Year's Day anymore.
Really?
We talked about this on Softcore last night. There's
Okay.
a more important holiday that I think you, of all people, would appreciate.
Go ahead.
And I don't know why this doesn't get more press. New Year's Day,
Yeah.
January 1st, is actually the Feast of the Circumcision.
Is it really?
The day Jesus was circumcised.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm a circ guy. Obviously do amateur circumcisions.
Right.
In my spare time. I didn't know
Touch-ups,
that.
too, every
yeah.
year.
Touch-ups, yeah. Occasionally.
You can use a Dremel tool for that.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored by Dremel, but
Not at
they
all.
make good products.
But if you want to send me some, mine are getting dull, and that's key. And again, if you send me a pic of a circumcision that, you got a little extra skin there, I'll take it off for free. I'm not going to charge you for that. You don't have to Venmo me anything. What do you do in a game like this where your two best players are out? Do you bet this game?
You take the better coach,
Which is?
Narduzzi.
You think so?
I think Narduzzi's a better coach, yeah.
I do too. Man, it's tough for me because I watched that Michigan State-Ohio State game. Bloodbath. Even with their running back. So that's kind of the only thing that I have to go off of as far as what that team is. I don't remember that quarterback being that great for Michigan State. I don't know who their backup running back is. But then on Pittsburgh's side, that quarterback was the entire team.
He has been for
Yeah.
a while. He's been in the team for 6 years. He's been there a long-ass time. But no, Pitt's got a good defense. Pitt, he's going to run the ball. They're going to be solid all around. They've been putting up points this year. Obviously, Kenny Pickett's a big part of that, but I think they'll plug somebody in and they'll get at least 70% of that production.
The backup is Nick Patty, who's a redshirt junior.
No shit, it's Nick Patty.
Yeah,
Patty
from
Whack?
UCF.
Yeah. So you've got some
You know
inside.
this guy.
Yeah.
How is he?
Well, he played like one game against Michigan when we got boat raced.
Okay.
With Scott Frost.
Okay.
So yeah, he was a freshman, I think.
All right.
Give me the Big Ten over the ACC. Give me the team that's played better teams.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Michigan State's got a relatively consistent defense.
Yeah.
So
Whenever there's two superstars out on each team like this, their two best players, I look at that over-under. So I think that's where I'm going to go with this. The over-under is 56 in this game. To me, that's really fucking high.
Yeah.
Michigan State typically, throughout the year, has had a pretty good defense. I don't know how Pitt's defense is because I've never seen Pitt play all year, full disclosure.
It's pretty solid.
Is it?
Yeah.
So 56 might be the safest bet here. That way you're not fucking around with a backup quarterback from UCF and whoever the backup running back is
according
from
to
Michigan State.
FPI, Michigan State only has a 37.7% chance of winning. Which
And they're the favorite.
FPI is it's one of the least accurate things ever. So that probably means Michigan State's going to win.
Yeah.
So you're all on Michigan State.
No, I'm on the under.
Okay, I'll take Pitt.
Are you going to take Pitt in this game? Okay. You're taking Michigan State, Dan?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like Michigan State. I'd rather replace a running back than a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, right? I mean, they obviously Walker's a fucking stud, so it's not like it's like some like system guy or it's like it was all the
Pitt's
offensive
also
line.
missing their OC, by the way.
Are
Who
they
is?
really?
He Pitt's OC.
Where did he go?
Nebraska.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're building a team over there, buddy. Watch out. 20 or 30 years from now, Nebraska's going to be tough.
My God, dude. I did hear that from Nebraska fans this year. Look, I think Scott Frost is there for the long term. I don't think he's going to get fired. Because who's left at this
Best
point?
3-9 team in the country.
Yeah. Were they 3-9? Yeah. My God.
But
dude.
like it was all
They were
one
in every
possession
game.
games.
Yeah.
Gross. I can't even fucking deal with that
You need a
bullshit.
strong foundation to build a legacy, Ross.
Do you?
Yeah.
Fuck that. That team's worthless. They'll never
I would
return to
like
glory.
Nebraska to be
Larry the Cable Guy is their
relevant,
most famous
right?
Nebraska. Yes, look, Nebraska is good for the country.
Darren
Tennessee
Erstad
is good
their
for the
their
country.
best graduate, right?
Yeah, even Michigan's win. Like we didn't get to talk about this because I was gone, I was in the hospital. But even Michigan's win is good for the country. Like you can't call yourself the game and have one team win 20 out of 23 in this century. Like it's not a thing. Or 20 out of 22, whatever it is. So even Michigan winning, I don't really mind that much, except for Michigan fans who are like, we're back, and I think they'll get curb stomped by Georgia. But it's good for the nation. What do you think about Harbaugh being coach of the year?
Really? He won
That's what they're saying.
Over Fickle?
Hey, they have not announced it yet, but it's down to Harbaugh and Fickle. So,
Damn.
I mean,
yeah.
I would have said trailer at UTSA.
fucking Roadrunners.
Why not Saban?
Saban, look.
Because
he
he's
lost the game.
expected to be that good.
Yes.
He doesn't get credit for still being the best coach in college
Right.
football.
Same with
kinda
Belichick.
It is
Jordan,
kind of
right?
like
When he was
the-
Belichick,
winning
yeah.
MVPs.
that happens in every fucking sport too. Like in baseball, it's really bad. It's usually the guy who wins manager of the year in each league is the guy who just like had the best performance based on what they thought was going to happen at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's
Although-
almost never the manager of a 103 win team
Right.
Right.
This year it was.
for
For the National League, Gabe Havler.
yeah. But that still had a lot to do with.
He's new,
Their
yeah.
expectations at the beginning of the season. I mean, honestly, I know you hate Snicker. We won't get into it further than that. But like, dude, like the Braves, like all the injuries they dealt with and shit like that. That might be more of an Anthopoulos thing, but
It's 100% an Anthopoulos thing, yes.
Yeah.
Brian Snicker is the worst manager in Major League Baseball.
And he won a World Series.
Yeah, well, he didn't win shit.
Yeah.
Right? He just got out of the way.
Crazy,
Let's
isn't
be
it?
real about that. But Buck Showalter's now at the Mets. That's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Max Fried has got more pinch hits this year than Buck Showalter's won playoff series in his managerial career. I'm feeling pretty good about that one.
Tight.
I didn't know Max Fried came over in that 2014 Justin Upton trade
Yeah.
to the Padres. Amazing. Next up, we got the Oklahoma State. What's their fucking Cowboys?
They actually have, if you can find a picture, the most terrifying fucking mascot
Of all time, yeah.
It looks like
Pistol
a toy
Pete?
from a nightmare.
Pistol Pete?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like a toy that comes to life and murders you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing Notre Dame. It's another close spread. This is -2 here in this game. 45.5 is the over-under. That's right where it should be. Man, Oklahoma State looked pretty fucking good
They're
throughout the year.
feisty.
They're
yeah.
feisty, but I think the record is the record belies their actual quality. I
But
think
Notre Dame also has that factor for the bowl game where they're going to like kind of play up for their guy who
You
just got
think so?
promoted.
they're
Freeman.
pissed about Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly left. Freeman gets promoted. They're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna play for him. Obviously, Tommy Reese is still there. Their OC. I think Notre Dame wins this pretty convincingly.
I mean, this is a 24-22 game at the current spread.
Correct.
45.5 and -2
Yeah.
for Notre Dame. That's probably likely. It's probably mid to. I would say Notre Dame probably gets more like 28, though. I think they're going to be fine.
I think this is a blowout.
Really? I think it's a 3-point game.
okay.
I really do. I like this spread at 2. And for the exact reasons you said with the new coach and players being hyped about that guy, I think they'll come and play for him.
Didn't Brian Kelly abandon his daughter at Notre Dame?
Abandoned
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. Then he had the fake accent.
I heard a story that his family didn't even know.
His family didn't know, and his daughter was like, "People are being really mean to me in class."
Yeah.
Like she
Why-
goes to school there.
She has
Why-
one more semester.
Why wouldn't he have told them? Like, is he estranged from them?
He might
She goes
be.
to the same school that
I
he's the
know.
goddamn football. That'd be a weird fucking situation.
He just
wouldn't
has two different families.
Yeah.
Oh, he may have a secret Canadian family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might, but yeah, she's one more semester, and she was like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Goes
Just do it online.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, I
Has
think
his southern accent when he's down in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's the worst Southern accent of all time. Who do you got in this one, D'Anthony?
Notre Dame.
Okay. Notre Dame across the board?
Notre Dame,
As
man.
much
Yeah.
as it pains me to say that.
Same.
I think Notre Dame rolls. The Big 12 was not that good this year. Like, truly, it was a pretty weak league. And
Yeah.
so 11 wins from that league, I'm not fucking wild about it.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Aranda not being nominated for Coach of the Year is
He's not.
kind of criminal.
Oh, for Baylor, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that TCU loss is kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
That one's a tough one. Now we got, next up, we got Ohio State against Utah. This is Buckeyes, minus 6.5. Big boy over under here, 65.5. Jesus Christ.
Over and Ohio State, easy.
Yeah, the only thing I would watch out
Fucking
for.
Utah. Where is
yeah,
this game?
I
It's in
agree.
Pasadena? Fuck out of here.
I agree. Utah is going to travel. Their fans are amped that they're finally in the Rose Bowl. Some Drinking Bros in Drinking Bros Sports. Subscribe, by the way. It's free. It's a private site for Drinking Bros Sports. That way you can talk as much shit as you want to. I've made some side bets with me on this Utah-Ohio State game. The only thing I'd watch out for is who's sitting out for Ohio State. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson are both top 20 picks in the draft.
Yeah, and Utah's going to kind of try to ride momentum into next year.
Yep.
They're probably going to be Pac-12 favorites.
Yeah.
That is an
Again.
interesting part of this game is that this is the type they're playing for a preseason ranking,
Correct.
which is dangerous if they know that that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Ohio State doesn't need to play for that.
Because Utah could
No.
come in
It's
next year
Ohio
being a top 10
State
team.
and fucking Utah.
I agree.
Shut up.
Yeah, I agree.
Cam Rising has been playing his dick
Damn,
off.
dude. Against whom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fucking Utah, man.
Arizona
Utah.
State,
Oregon.
Oregon twice.
Yeah. I'm not doing this.
If we were like herding buffalo or something, I would give Utah the advantage.
I mean, Utah could run the fucking ball down your throat, and if
That's the
Ohio
weakness
State's
of
just-
Ohio State.
If they're disinterested and don't want to be there, Utah could win this game easily.
I will say this though: the Big Ten has affection for the Rose Bowl, so like it is still a big deal to go to the Rose Bowl. If it was any other bowl, if it was the Fiesta Bowl or the Sugar Bowl, I don't think they give a fuck. But the Rose Bowl still means something in Big Ten because that used to be the title game. That was the big one. That was the granddaddy of them all, as Keith Jackson used to say. So I think Ohio State shows up for this, and I think they win this game. I also think even if Olave and Garrett sit, the fucking receivers that they have behind him, Marvin Harrison Jr. and those guys, will step right in. It's a fucking
Get
joke.
another
It's-
5 stars, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Freshman quarterback, he'll play. Freshman running back for Ohio State, he'll play. All of Utah is all in on this. They've got all their hopes and dreams pinned on this. I think this will be close up until halftime, and then I think Ohio State boat races them at the end. 65.5, though, is a lot of fucking points. Whew.
For the
not,
over-under.
not nearly enough.
I would just, yeah, I bet Ohio State wins by 10, but it's better. It's a better game than you'd think.
Yeah. I agree. Nick, we got the FedEx guy here at the door. Wake up, Nick, okay? You can't watch Asian porn all day long. All right? I don't want the FedEx guy to know that you were watching Asian porn all day long, okay?
He can't or he shouldn't.
Both. Not in the office.
Cole
you know?
Beasley just
Fair.
tested positive.
Did he?
And he's unvaccinated, so he's got to sit out the full 10 days no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bills are fucked.
Doesn't like that. That makes sense, right?
Bills are fucked. Who you going with in this Ohio State game, Bob?
I like Ohio State to cover. I think it's close for like pretty much the whole game, but they win. It's like a tense double-digit win, like a tense 10-point win.
Yeah. I agree.
Where maybe a Utah's threatening late, and like it's like, oh, dude, if they fucking score here, all they need is the onside kick, but then they don't. And
See, I think it's one of two things. It's Utah squeaks one out, or Ohio State just out-athletes them and blows them out by like 30. I'm gonna go with the former. I'm gonna go Utah wins the game outright.
Wow. Are you going to go money line?
Money line.
No shit. That money line's got to be high, right, Bob?
let me look it up here.
One would imagine on that. That's 6.5 points.
6.5 points. You're probably looking at 2.5 to 1.
Yeah, probably.
Plus 250, plus 300.
Shit. Utah, huh? What's the confidence in Utah?
They've just been riding that
They-
momentum ever since Cam Rising became the quarterback. So
I guess.
I like
man.
the kid. You know, he went to UT, another Texas kid that they missed out on.
Oh, really?
That's always fun.
Well, they got Quinn Ewers back.
Well,
You know, they paid for him. 10 mil.
like I said, serious Tate Martell vibes with that kid.
Their quarterback just transferred today. The other one.
yeah, why wouldn't he?
Thompson.
He's not fucking playing. They don't
No.
even like him.
Yeah, but I bet game one next year, Hudson Card starts for Texas.
I don't think so. Only because Quinn Ewers has got that NIL deal to cash that in. He's got to start like
That
8
doesn't mean
games.
anything. Card is still. He was the number 2 prospect in his class.
I heard his dad was shopping.
What if they just put
probably
Quinn
Quinn
Ewers in for the first series of every game and then bench him?
He
still
hands the
gets
ball
paid.
off for one
Great.
play.
I mean,
he
fucking
comes out.
Texas is a joke.
I really enjoy watching them just trip over their own tiny little dick.
If he fails there, they'll never hear the end of it.
No, Texas and Baylor have become exceedingly good at basketball. Not become, but have. I think they're. If there's like a top 10 year to year, I think they probably both will find themselves in there, at least at some point. And to be honest, they usually do they both usually do in college football as well. But I think that's more based on reputation than performance.
For Texas, for sure.
Yeah.
Baylor has no reputation prior to like RG3.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, either way, they should stick to basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, we got the big boys. Here we go. 3:30 game. First up, college football playoffs. Cincinnati against Alabama at Jerry World. This is Alabama minus 13.5. Over under is 58.
Is that more? What was it when Clemson played Notre Dame that year? I mean, they beat them like 27-0, right? But it was. I don't think the spread was that huge.
It was
like 6.5 or 8.5 or something like
Well,
that.
I'll tell you this. Last time I saw 13.5, I was at the game. It was LSU versus Oklahoma in the playoffs, and LSU covered by 90. So
Smash that over, too.
That was the Joe Burrow year, though.
I agree. I like the over in this game a lot. 13.5.
Oh, I'm saying the LSU-Oklahoma game smashed the over.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah,
like 72, and they just...
Oh, dude.
They had it by the
Wasn't
half, I
close.
think.
Yeah,
it was insane.
it was Jefferson had 4 touchdowns at half. It was crazy. I was sitting with a bunch of NFL executives, and they were like, Jesus Christ, Jalen Hurts looks terrible. He's playing tonight for the Eagles. Where's Minshew? Come on, dude. I blame you. Why? You never supported him.
Minshew?
Yes.
Yeah.
You never supported him.
Which is weird, man, because he looks like your people.
Yeah.
Like you're either white trash in South Florida or white trash in Delco. He looks like both of those things simultaneously.
He's Carolina trash, though.
Pull out the gold chain.
Where's he from?
Pull out the
He
gold
went to
chain.
ECU first.
Yeah.
So I think he's from either North or South Carolina.
What's his name again?
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. Up. Pull out the fucking gold chain. Do it.
Do it?
Pull out the
That's all
gold
I
chain.
really
There it
know.
is.
He's from Mississippi, actually.
is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
The Mississippi mustache.
But yeah.
Well, that's where he
East
was
Carolina
born.
Pirate, though, your favorite
Yeah.
school.
Where do you go to high school?
Hate that school. Hate that fuck. Somebody wrote me, hit me up on Drinker Bros and wrote me a DM that just said, hey, we know we're not going to ever win a national championship, but we still love our Pirates and everything else. And I was like, I know you do. The fan base is very passionate for such a shitty team.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. Congratulations.
I mean, you could be cheering for like a community college.
Yes.
Like an Independence, Kansas.
Yeah.
I think we need to start going to WNBA games and just raising absolute hell.
Oh, yeah.
support
Like
that.
Yeah.
sitting on the sidelines and saying things worse to the female players from the other team than those white kids in Indiana said to LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just like lighten them up.
Yeah.
I agree.
And
How do you think that's going to work? I think they're so used to not having fans that they might defend the other teammate instead of us, right?
Right.
In a confrontation.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But
I think it would be weird for them for a bunch of white dudes to show up and just start cheering for them.
You can hear conversations across the court. So we should sit across from each other, full court, and just yell things at each other.
Can we call a play?
Yeah. Why not, dude?
Okay.
You should get to call at least one series, right?
If you buy a
3.
ticket, you get one play.
If you buy
Yeah.
one courtside ticket, you get to call 3 plays.
And
what are there,
nothing-
like 105 possessions a game, something like that?
Yeah.
It's
So,
very small, maybe
I mean,
40.
that's you could get probably 2 in there.
Yeah. And not a template. You draw it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you drop
You
by
get the
hand.
whiteboard.
Yeah. They have a shot clock is like 30 seconds instead of 24 or something?
I don't know what the WNBA shot clock is, actually.
I wonder if there's a team in the WNBA that just runs like a high-paced offense, just firing up threes.
I doubt it.
Couldn't
because
tell ya.
They're fucking slow as shit.
It's 24, like the NBA.
Yeah. Well, everything
So
else is just like the NBA.
24 seconds. The play that I drew would take all 24.
Yes.
Like every single second.
What I would do
And it
is-
results in an alley-oop.
What I would do actually is I would have them do a basketball testudo formation, where it's almost like a flying V, but
Yeah.
like it's like the Roman testudo, and they're just like hands over, and it's a full fucking like wall around the chick with the ball.
Yeah.
And she dribbles slowly up to the basket, and then they kind of break off and push everyone away, and she gets it in there.
Yeah, why not?
No,
why
the
not?
girl in the front
Roman
gets
phalanx
down.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running 3-man weave.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's 3-woman
Classic.
weave.
I mean, the fucking Warriors run a 3-man weave mixed with the Jordan offense.
It's like a
right?
warm up.
Yeah.
The women just have weaves.
They
So, nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Who do you got in the Cincinnati-Alabama game? Minus 13.5, Anthony.
Cincinnati by a million. No, I'm kidding. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. At 13.5, though, that's an interesting. That's an
begging
interesting.
you.
Score.
It is. They're begging you to fucking do it.
Alabama.
I
Yeah.
don't think. I think I'll probably take this in a teaser and take Bama up to 19.5 and take Cincinnati with the points.
You know, it's funny. I did that last year with Bama against Notre Dame, and it worked out.
Yeah, Saban during the regular season when he needs to, he'll fucking run it up. But in a game like this, he just historically doesn't run it up.
Yeah, because he wants to save most of
He's gonna protect
those
his
plays
players, yeah.
for the championship.
Especially if it's in his mind, he's probably thinking about Georgia again, and it is notoriously hard to beat a team twice in
Yes.
the same season.
Yep.
Much less within the same month. Especially when you're talking about an historically good defense. I think Alabama starters might be out of this game by the fucking third, like middle third to late third quarter.
Ooh, boy. I don't know that they'll cover then. It's tough. Are you going?
I mean, I think they'll be up 3 scores and give up a late one. That's what I'm banking on.
Okay. Delco,
Yeah.
you're smiling.
Yeah.
You're taking Cincinnati.
So last year, obviously, Coastal played BYU. And Coastal had to play the perfect game to beat BYU. And they did. I think Cincinnati pulls it out with that perfect game.
No fucking way.
Cincinnati money line.
No way. What is the money line on that,
It's got to
Bob?
be 850 or something.
Holy shit.
Desmond Ritter goes off. They
He's going to have a game
control
of
the
his life.
ball. Ford runs for like 170 yards, a few tutties.
My God, dude. That would be fucking insane. On a 13.5
Cincinnati
spread.
wins, let's call it 27-24.
Yeah. Plus 375 is Cincinnati money line.
Holy shit.
I absolutely think Cincinnati covers. I don't know that they win, but I think this isn't like just the game of their lives. It's the game of like the entire school's existence. And I know Alabama always gets everyone's best shot for the most part, but like this is just different. This is another level. This is these kids like trying to make
Not
history
only
for their school.
does this matter to Cincinnati, this matters to every school in the G5, every school. It shouldn't, but it will.
Right.
Like, this is the only chance a G5 school will get into the playoff, and they have to at least show up. Because if they don't, G5
Right.
might as well be D2.
Right.
And that Oklahoma LSU game that you referenced earlier, that Oklahoma team, first off, Oklahoma got shittier every year under Lincoln Riley. So good luck, USC. Like they literally, the returns diminished every year. And that year in particular, if you remember, it was like, okay, well, we know there's 3 teams that deserve to be in the playoff, and then Oklahoma goes into, essentially.
Okay.
Like Oklahoma kind of backed in. They knew they weren't supposed to be there. They knew they were going to get fucking butt fucked by LSU. Like they knew what was going to happen from the get-go. There was nothing at stake. Everything's at stake for Cincinnati here. They're going to keep it tight.
I lean with Dan on this one. I'm going to tease this up to 19.5. And then take Cincinnati with that 19.5 on a 6-point teaser. I'm going to take this over-under down to 52. I could see this being a high-scoring game, maybe 38-31. Somewhere in there, and end up in the 69 range. Nailed it. That's for my people. Obviously, I'll never let you down. Okay, I'm one of you. All right? And that's where I'm going to go with this. I just can't envision a world at a 13.5 spread that Cincinnati pulls this off.
They might not allow it either.
Who?
College football as a whole, as an institution.
I actually think it would be great for college football if they won. Because like you said, if they get fucking destroyed in this game, you're never going to put a non-Power 5 team in again. Ever. Like this is the one shot to prove, oh, hey,
Soon to be
it's
Power
got to be
4.
close. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's got to be close enough or they're fucked.
It's not just about winning the game, though. It's about a diffusion of talent. Mm-hmm. I see these fucking recruiting scores every year. Like, oh, fucking Notre Dame had the second best recruiting class. Oh, yeah, they haven't won a title since 1988.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't care about that shit. But we've seen more of a diffusion of talent, especially with quarterbacks over the last 15 years. I mean, there's 2 quarterbacks in the league right now with the North Dakota State, for example. I think that's the bigger play, a lot more serious people. So Quinn Ewers, I know he went to Texas because of the money, but you're going to start seeing guys like that enter the transfer portal and go to Cincinnati and UCF and Houston and so on and so forth if they play a good game here.
Right.
Bo Nix just went to Oregon.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, Oregon
Yeah.
is basically a G5 school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Pac-12 is barely qualifying at this point.
It was
I
the
really-
last great
I think
Oregon
the
quarterback,
Pac-12
Joey
they-
Harrington.
Yeah.
We should have a draft
Mariota, I guess.
combine for the entire Pac-12, and then just fucking drop a bomb on the place.
I know.
I mean, they a lot of good players come out of there, but no teams. Ever.
It's mostly like Samoans.
They
It'll
have
be like Samoans
NA
and,
Sewell, yeah.
and a couple wide receivers who just didn't want to leave California.
Yeah.
Like but like that, but like they don't put more than like 2 or 3 of them on a team anymore.
No, but I actually think it would be great for college football if Cincinnati won this game. And it would be awesome to see. It'd be awesome to see them win it all, to be honest with you. It'd be great.
Well, if they beat Alabama, they could win.
Just as good a shot as anybody else.
Yeah.
This will be their hardest game if in the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Russia, and then they lose to Finland, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
No, they beat Finland. They won the gold medal.
No, I'm saying Cincinnati.
They're not pulling a miracle.
God, they're not. Yeah, they're not the miracle.
Or are you
on
talking
ice.
about Mighty Ducks?
No,
Because
1980.
didn't they lose
1980,
some
Lake Placid.
game?
Iceland.
I'm not
Oh, it was
sure.
Iceland. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Hawks. They
I was
lost the
never a
Hawks
big
at
Mighty
first.
Ducks kid, you know.
And that fat kid got
AIDS?
raped or whatever.
Yeah.
And the seniors in
Yeah.
D3. When
Yeah,
they
yeah.
played
Are they going to do like a fucking a beer hockey league, Mighty Ducks, where the factory workers from down the street are talking a lot of shit and they have to play them in a fucking hockey match?
Oof.
And then
Isn't that just Mystery Alaska?
I've never seen that, but it sounds stupid. enough
Russell
to be.
Crowe? Okay.
Yeesh.
It's like a beer league Alaska hockey team plays the New York Rangers.
Yeah.
Here, that movie Benchwarmers, by the way, with Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider's awesome. If you don't like, let me finish.
Sure.
If you follow Rob Schneider on Twitter, he's very, as the kids like to say, based. Right? He's a good follow on Twitter.
He's super right, and he'll go after everybody.
But anyways, have you ever been like? This is the problem with biopics too. If you make a movie about somebody and the person playing the famous person doesn't really get into it, like Ray and shit like that, then it's like this is retarded.
Yeah.
I can't. My brain will not allow me to pretend this is happening. My brain would not allow me to pretend that Rob Schneider was some kind of fucking baseball stud.
Sure. I understand that.
Well,
Like that's
Same with
not-
Napoleon Dynamite, right? He was in that movie.
Yeah. No. That's the other guy. But he was. Oh, you mean the guy that played Napoleon?
Yeah.
He sucked though.
Yeah.
Him and fucking Nick Swartzen, who was afraid of the sun or whatever. the
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie and hilarious. John Lovitz is hilarious. He's got that fucking weird robot. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
The movie's funny as shit. I just think maybe if it were Adam Sandler, something tells me somebody pitched that to Adam Sandler.
He
and
produced
that would
it.
have been perfect for him.
He produced it.
Yeah, he passed it along.
But he was just like,
"Eh."
I don't have time for this shit.
No.
Yeah.
I
He
gotta go make
produced
some
it.
movie about a guy that's gambling on shit that you can't gamble on.
Exactly.
Rob Schneider might also be a lightning rod for disaster because whenever his movies premiere the same week, I think like a natural disaster happens. I believe he released a movie right before the BP oil spill. There's this whole like internet like rabbit hole you can go down. Every Rob Schneider movie, there's like 4 or 5 of them, is followed by a natural disaster.
We should make a fucking mockumentary about it. I mean, we can get in touch with Rob Schneider really easily.
Super easy.
And
Yeah,
do like weird interviews with bad lighting and shit.
He just did a mockumentary on Netflix with his real wife. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's no longer in existence, but
He doesn't
Ours would be
seem
good.
fun.
yeah.
I believe we interviewed
dick.
one of his castmates for that while
Oh,
Ross
really?
was in a coma.
He's a
Which
fucking
one?
dick.
That comedian who was in Alaska.
Oh yeah, that guy's funny.
Yeah,
I
he
like
was
that.
on that Schneider show as his
Was he?
assistant. Yeah, he's
That's
touring
funny.
with Rob Schneider on doing stand up now.
That's
All
right.
right.
He did have a lot of good things to say about Rob Schneider.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you don't ever hear anything bad about him, really.
He used to step on people's lines. So
Yeah, he
in the
seems like a
edit,
dick.
in the edit, you had to use his close-ups. Whatever. It's been a long day. I don't give a fuck about outing Rob Schneider. Next,
Also,
go
you
ahead.
know, he's responsible for BP. I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That oil spill was all his. Next up, we got Georgia versus Michigan. This spread has jumped up really high. This is Georgia -8,
What did it start at?
6.5.
Oh, okay.
I think 6. Everybody's all in on Georgia. I am all in on Georgia. Look, Ohio State's weakness was the run game. That Ohio State-Michigan game was a carbon copy of the Oregon game. It was almost the same exact identical score, too. It was only off by one score. Run it down their throat. That's what they did. Georgia, even though they had a fucking meltdown against Alabama, their run defense is still the best in the country.
Yeah.
Michigan only runs the ball. Even the Ohio State game, that kid threw, the quarterback of Michigan threw 3 times in the second half. He can't fucking throw. The receivers are bullshit. I think Georgia rolls in this game. This is the perfect matchup for Georgia against Michigan because they can't throw the fucking ball. So they're going to stack the box.
They don't ask McNamara to do much, but he's athletic. He's kind of like a poor man's version of, I guess, like a Sean Clifford type.
Who the fuck is Sean Clifford?
Quarterback for Penn State.
Yeah, 30 years ago. No, he's still there. That guy sucks. What are you talking about?
He played this year, yeah. He beat Auburn. He had like the best game of his life against Auburn.
He did, yeah.
But yeah, he's like he's athletic enough. He's a D1 quarterback. He can move a bit. But yeah, they're dependent on run the ball.
Well, it depends, right?
Which Georgia shuts down.
Yes.
Against Alabama, because Kirby Smart, I guess, didn't take his testosterone shots earlier in the week, decided to run with 3 down linemen and then try to play like a fucking cover 3 defense. What the fuck are you doing? Dude?
Yeah.
Yep,
You've got the best pass rushers and linebackers in the country. Let them annihilate that motherfucker.
Yeah.
We don't know what they look like against Alabama yet because they didn't play anything like what they played all year against those guys.
Yeah.
So if they make it to the national championship, this could be a completely different game. You can't imagine that Smart would make the same mistake twice, right? And in this game, I agree with you. Michigan has no fucking shot. I don't know. I mean, 8.
It's just the perfect matchup. Same with this.
It is. I would be more
Bad
worried about
matchup
Georgia.
for Jim.
I'd be more worried about Georgia if they're playing Cincinnati than if they're playing Alabama.
I think 8's still
or
kind of low,
Michigan.
though, to be honest. I think this is like a fucking 20-point game.
Yep.
So do I.
think
And
Georgia fucking
the
rolls.
most interesting number here is the over-under, and it's only 45.
Well, Michigan may only score like 17, 19 points.
I don't
Still.
think Michigan.
They only score 7.
7. That's what I got. I got this as like a 31-7 game.
My laptop died. What was the Kentucky score? Because that Kentucky is the most similar team to Michigan.
0. They scored 0 points.
Kentucky and Arkansas. Both of those teams are really similar to Michigan, and Georgia absolutely butt fucked both of those.
Different level of athlete, though, right?
Arkansas is definitely rolling out the same level about as Michigan.
Yeah, and like, look, everybody talks about these 2 defensive ends for Michigan. Fucking Stroud threw for 400 yards against that team. So, like, it didn't really mean that much. They just couldn't stop the fucking run. I'm not as down on Stetson Bennett as the rest of people are.
Me either.
No, he's just not going to bring you back.
No.
when you get down. But when you have the lead, he's great. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, I've got 31-7. I'll take the under in this one. I'm going to take Georgia.
I by the way, I agree with you about Michigan's defensive ends. I think Hutchinson deserved to be at the Heisman in part because there was a lack of quality candidates. But I think he's more of just a number compiler than an actual like disruptive force on the defensive line.
He'll be the number 1 pick probably to the Lions just because it's a good story. And they need it. I need defense there. I need everything.
Lions
there,
aren't getting the first pick.
Who is?
Well, I'm going to say the Lions are going to win a few games at the end of the year.
You think so?
think so.
Jacksonville. Probably.
Jacksonville might. Yeah.
I think Jacksonville's
And
in
Doug
line.
Peterson.
Jacksonville is actually in line for it right now, aren't they?
They
Yeah.
both have 2 wins, right?
They both have 2 wins.
The
Yeah.
Lions have a tie, so that would put Jacksonville
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Delco, who do you got in this Georgia-Michigan game?
So the line's 8.
8, and then the over-under is 45.
Give me Michigan in the 8 points.
Okay.
Yeah. Georgia wins. Georgia wins by touchdown. Wins
Okay.
by 7, yeah.
Got it. D'Anthony, who you got?
I think Georgia wins by more than 8.
Same.
And you got to remember too, these playoff games, especially in like they're all blowouts.
All of them.
It's more often it's a blowout than
The national championship has been really good the last 5-6 years.
For the most part. I think Clemson murdered Bama one year, which was so weird, but
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't. The final score wasn't murder, but they got out to like a fucking. It was 14-0, then 14-3, and then 21-3.
Right.
It was rough in the first half.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bama, I think they scored some garbage, but I don't think it was rough. They
Yeah.
got fucking handled in that game badly.
If you're wondering what the interest is as far as like fans and tickets go, on drinkingbrostickets.com, tickets for this Bama game, which we're sending Laswell Lopez to, only $130. That's below
Jerry
face
World?
value. That's below face value for that game. Whereas this Georgia game,
Yeah.
Drinkingbrostickets.com, the last row in the stadium is going for $259.
Where's the Georgia game? Orange Bowl?
Hard Rock, yeah.
Okay, so I
Miami.
kind of think one of the reasons, because this has been happening a lot at Jerry World this year. And one of the reasons I think is because people are starting to realize that stadium sucks ass to get to.
It's difficult. Dan and I have been there 1,000 times.
It is I've been to the Cotton Bowl there.
There's one hotel. It's across the street. It's a Days Inn.
Yeah.
It's a shithole. But you can walk to the stadium home.
You're going to pay like $200 in parking.
Wasted.
There's
yeah.
nothing anywhere
There's free
fucking
parking
here.
there.
There's a McDonald's half a mile up the road.
Yeah.
And then you take a left at the McDonald's thinking you're going to just walk down the highway.
You're
Nope,
not.
It's an underpass, and it's a fucking crack village.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to get
Sucks.
shot, robbed, whatever. You and I have eaten at that gas station 50 times. Like, dude,
Also, those tickets are so cheap because Alabama fans aren't going to go.
no. They're
gonna
not
be
going to
like, this is
spend
a
their New
win.
Year's
Yeah.
Eve against Cincinnati.
Right.
No.
They already penciled this in.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. So here's what we're going to do since we have different picks for the championship. We'll start with you first, Anthony. You've got Alabama versus Georgia. Obviously, we have no spread in this. If I had to put money on what the spread would be, it's going to be under 7.
6.5.
Yeah, probably 6.5.
That's where it'll start. Anyways.
Bama will be the favorite in this one, just simply because it was a stomp.
I mean, it depends if Alabama has any issues with Cincinnati. That might be.
Yes.
It might be 4.5.
Yeah.
But it'll be somewhere between 4.5 and 6.5. Probably.
So for you personally, what happens Bama against Georgia?
I think Georgia, if they play the way they played against other teams, can fare much better, but I don't think they can beat them.
Okay.
I mean, Alabama's good on both sides of the ball. They can play with the lead or they can play from behind, and Georgia just can't do that. There's too many I mean, who knows how the fucking game's going to start? Maybe there's a muffed kickoff or some shit, and Georgia gets out ahead by 7 and just never looks back. Who fucking knows? But all things being equal, I think Alabama's definitely got the advantage.
Delco, who do you got?
All right, so I have Georgia, Cincinnati.
Yep.
And I think all the goodwill that Cincinnati gets from beating Alabama, all this love from the nation, is going to immediately dissolve in the national championship when they play one of the worst national championship games of all time.
Yeah.
Georgia wins 9-0.
Oof. My God. That would be the worst game of all time. That was like Sunday night's game.
Yeah.
Brady against the
9-0,
Saints.
same thing.
Awful. No, look, if it is Georgia, Cincinnati, Georgia fucking rolls them. It's not even close. Bob, you got Bama against Georgia?
Yeah, I think Bama, Georgia, although I do think Cincinnati covers against Bama. Bama, Georgia, look, I'm sticking with my fucking preseason pick, all right? I nailed it in college basketball last year. I picked Baylor. I picked Georgia, so did Dan, picked Georgia preseason this year for football.
Yep.
I'm fucking rolling with it. I think Georgia avenges the loss. They will be the dog, so I'll just take the fucking money line on it, whatever it is.
Sure.
But yeah, they're going to be the dog. They're going to be the dog, so they're going to cover no matter what because I think they win. Yeah.
I've got Georgia also against Alabama in this one. Beating a team twice is just too fucking hard. And I think those kids got embarrassed on the national stage. I don't see it happening again.
They're mad. They want Bama. They're
Yes.
rooting for Bama to beat Cincinnati.
I agree. And they're going to curb stomp Michigan.
So you're saying it's like Charlie Sheen walking the bases loaded, so Parkman comes up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can throw him the fucking heater. With this,
The Eliminator?
I'm with you, man. I'm going to take the points. I'm not going to take the money line just in case it comes down to a field goal.
Right.
But I'll take Georgia winning, and the only thing they don't have on their side is history. It's been 40 fucking years at this point. But the Braves cracked the curse. Was that too much for the state of Georgia, though? That's where I have the problem with. Like, only one Georgia team can win a century.
It's better to lose the SEC championship game. Would have been very Georgia for them to win that game and then get blown out in the Natty.
Yes.
My biggest issue with this is I hate these rematches, and I don't want to see it. I've talked to Bama fans. They don't want to see it either. Well, according to you, they won't, which would be great. But I've talked to Bama fans. They don't even want to see this. The thing that pisses me off about this, because we've seen it 3 times before, Bama, LSU, Bama, Georgia, and then probably Bama, Georgia again is my guess here. Usually the team that lost ends up winning, and then it's like, all right, great, it's 1-1. What the fuck have you really proven then at that point? Dan Holloway, a long time ago, you said we should cancel the season. Right around week 6, I think you said this. We should cancel the season and just have a best out of 3 with Bama, Georgia. I agree. Those are the 2 best teams of the year. And if Georgia wins, I think that's shitty for Bama. Because they already curb stomped them already. So it's like, what do you do at that point?
Run it back.
Congratulations, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There should be a caveat. It's like the College World Series. There's a team that comes in from the winner's bracket and a team that comes in from the loser's bracket. And it used to be where the team from the loser's bracket had to beat the winner's bracket team twice to win the College World Series, but the winner's bracket team only had to win once, right? They did away with that because they wanted a best of 3. But I think in football that would make sense. Like if you have the national championship, and if it's a rematch, then you get a whole other game
Right.
2 weeks later. And there's still time between that and the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah,
right?
plenty of time.
So why not make more money and do it? I mean, it would only happen
If 2 teams played each other and each was even.
What does that happen? Like fucking twice in the last?
Or
It was Alabama every single time. Alabama, LSU, and then Alabama versus
if that's the case,
Georgia.
let the computer decide.
No.
Go to the BCS.
Oh, God, that'd be terrible,
I
wouldn't
think
it?
they should let Hal decide.
How?
The computer, Hal.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Or TiV 1000.
Why not?
Which one's the one that plays chess?
Computer Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let him decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
We'll let
Computer
him decide.
Blue. That's Prince calling a play in Chappelle's show.
But I think it's named after that computer.
Yeah,
That's
it was
fine.
blue. It was like blue or blue something.
Yeah.
It was the computer they were trying to train to beat professionals at chess.
And,
Yeah.
and now professionals like can't touch the computers.
Yeah, why would they be able to?
Yeah,
No.
the computers fucking murk the professional.
Who,
like the
who was he
great-
facing? Like Bobby
Bobby Flay.
Fisher.
Fisher.
Well, he's playing like Gary Kasparov and shit.
They've been
too.
searching for him.
They found him.
Did they? Good.
Yeah, they found him.
Good. The other thing, too, to watch out with this, usually the game's in a sexy city and it's in a fun fucking town. The championship is in Indianapolis this year. So
barf.
Bama fans that I've talked to that I'm friends with are like, dude, I have zero desire to go to Indianapolis in the dead of January. So Georgia's got plenty of motivation because they never go. But
yeah, they'll travel for sure.
Georgia will, yeah. I wonder if Bama fans will. That
doubt it.
stadium is old.
McAfee will be there, and he'll probably be wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it's mid-January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portnoy will be at the fucking Michigan game. While we have you guys here, there's another game on January 1st that's fun. Penn State against Arkansas. Penn State -1 in this game.
Don't understand that.
I don't
I
either.
love Arkansas,
This is my
man.
lock of the bowl season. I'm going with Arkansas all the way. I thought they were a great team all year.
They were. It's a Pittman. That's another guy who actually did not get enough Coach of the Year love.
Yeah.
That's a huge
They had a really
turnaround.
good year, yeah. I mean, and Penn State kind of fucking limped in to the postseason.
Yeah.
If you want to call this the postseason.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely peaked early. At -1, that's history, right? That's
Yeah.
not...
Yeah, that's a bizarre line. I don't know off the top of my head who's sitting out for Arkansas or Penn State for that matter, but Arkansas strikes me as the better.
I don't think anybody for Arkansas. They all need to play for scouts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like KJ Jefferson's getting drafted for the fucking NFL.
No.
They're like so.
No.
Maybe
So
it's tight end.
I think they'll all play. I think Arkansas wins this game. I'm not sure why Penn State is favored. This is down in Tampa. So maybe after you are hungover with Tim Montana, you can roll over to
The
Tampa.
Outback Bowl.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Shit. Get a bloomin' onion, dude.
That
well,
is the mascot for the Outback Bowl. The
Yeah, it
guy
is.
yeah.
dances
It's,
around
one
in a-
team is represented by a coconut shrimp, and the other is the bloomin' onion. And
The fuck are you
whoever
talking
wins.
about?
Yeah.
So whoever wins, like if Arkansas wins, it's like free bloomin' onion for a day.
Yep.
And if Penn State wins, it's free coconut shrimp. For
How
a
could
day.
anyone on earth who isn't a fan of the team that the coconut shrimp represents be rooting for the coconut shrimp team?
Ever.
Are you saying you don't like coconut shrimp?
It's
good.
fine, but
It's-
not over a bloomin' onion
Ever.
ever. 100 times
There's
out
a
of 100.
lot of people that don't even like onions.
Not that one. I think that supersedes everything.
A blooming onion is like 75,000 calories.
I know.
You basically like dice without chopping the bottom off of an onion and then dip that motherfucker in baby blood or
Yeah,
something.
I used to have to make them at I didn't work at Outback, but I worked at a restaurant in Columbia that like ripped it off.
Outback knockoff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and dude, it is the worst fucking thing I've ever had to make at a restaurant. There's a special cutter and it was never sharp enough, so you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then you have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say then you have to like get it in the flour, obviously like the breading, but it's not easy to bread. Or I'm sorry, the egg wash,
Yeah.
and then you get it in the breading, but it's not easy to fucking bread because it all like tries to clump together. So you got to get. I mean, it's like a 10-minute process. Every time some cocksucking customer ordered a bloomin' onion or whatever we called it, I was furious.
Well, go in to your Outback Steakhouse over the holidays
Yeah.
and order multiple bloomin' onions
Yes.
per table. They're not that much money. What is it,
No.
like $12?
They're
order,
great.
Order 2 or 3 of them and just throw them away.
I'll be going. I'll be going in Wilmington for sure.
Let
Yeah.
the fucking waitstaff see you throwing it away.
Yeah.
Order a Foster's.
No, I'll get the Wallaby Darn. That's where I go with that.
What's that?
That's their specialty mixed drink, the Wallaby Darned. So I'll go with that.
What,
and then
what does that entail?
rum,
Okay.
fruit punch, magic. You know, I'm not saying Crocodile Dundee made it.
Maybe.
While we have you here, because you're going to this game, LSU, Kansas State.
Yeah.
Kansas State -3.
What?
Yeah, Kansas State -3.
Why?
I don't know, but you're going to this game. Is there any chance your girlfriend's team wins this game?
I guess. The odds say so.
Coach
I don't think
O
so.
isn't there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, he's not.
No. I think LSU. I mean, just boat races.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Does she know that? Did you tell her that?
Yeah. I said I'll be wearing LSU gear.
Okay.
Going with her family.
That's
Are
fair.
you really? Shut the fuck up, dude.
Please.
Are they legacy? Do they all go to Kansas State?
No, only her.
Her dad's
and
a
her brother.
tip-top
Her
military
dad's a
guy.
colonel. Yeah.
Really?
Runs what base?
Fort Riley.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sucks.
Yeah, and you're going to show up with
Kansas
LSU gear
Wanna
and
go in
disrespect
LSU gear.
him?
Yeah.
Are you going to give him a salute too?
Maybe.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to sleep with your daughter, sir. Yeah. Do you get trashed around them?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's fine.
Okay.
He likes me.
Cool. Yeah, you always wonder. I've got Kansas State in this game. Tell your girlfriend I'm going with her team, but I'm going to take it at 2.5.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
mean,
also going with one of the players' like family. Like
For
we
Kansas State?
For Kansas State.
And you're wearing LSU gear.
Yeah.
What are you going to wear?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
wear something obnoxious, like Mardi Gras.
A lot of
LSU
Mardi
gear.
Gras beads.
Yeah. Wear too many beads. Like
Yeah.
they can hear you from like 20 steps up when you're coming back with a beer or something.
You're trying to order a po' boy from whatever restaurant you're going to.
It's in Houston, right? So-
Yeah, it's in Houston.
You could probably find a
Yeah,
polo.
actually, yeah, they got one there. That's
Every time you come back from the beer stand, you say, "This is how we do it down in Louisiana."
Yeah, you Brian Kelly it. Like
Go
you,
Tigers. Yeah. Go Tigers. Just keep saying that to the Colonel over and over again until he just skull fucks you.
Yeah, and you especially gotta call him Colonel the whole time, but Cajun style. Colonel.
Yeah.
Colonel.
Retire, Colonel.
Yeah.
Another good one here is Baylor Ole Miss. This is Ole Miss -1.
I actually love Baylor.
I
This
love
Corral,
Baylor in that
is
game.
Corral starting?
Think so, but I still love Baylor.
He's going
Yeah.
pro.
Baylor
good.
super underrated team this year.
Good defense.
How is Baylor
Put
a
up
two-sport
points.
school?
I don't know.
They don't deserve it.
It's infuriating.
You know what's infuriating?
They're
We sent Last Roy Lopez there. It's a dry stadium.
Well, that was my idea.
Gross.
I've said this before. That is Lopez's fault because people don't realize this. A lot of college stadiums are dry.
Well,
It's
up
not-
until 2019, most college stadiums are dry.
Yes. You got to know. Like, it's like anyone that has been to a college football game knows you probably need to flask it if you want to drink.
One
in
of the
stadium.
first college football games of the modern era that had a booze deal was here at UT Austin.
Yeah.
And it was with Bone and Viv and then Budweiser or some shit.
Yeah.
And then they got deep eddies in the end zone, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can get one of these shakers. By the way, this is new on drinkingbros.com. Got the Drinking Bros shaker. You can get one double filled, so you can get extra shots in it if you get, theirs is Yeti.
I did that at the monster truck thing too.
Yeah.
I got a fucking Yeti.
Yep.
Man, I don't remember which one it was.
It's $40, but it's
Yeah.
worth it because you can refill cheaper and they'll still go up and up and up. But it's one of those things where you're with your kid
Yeah,
and they can't see it because it's in the Yeti.
it's good.
So they don't know dad's boozing that hard. Where it's just like, very cool.
I want mine to watch.
That happened to me at the Kentucky Derby the one time I went, where like they would give it to you in a non-disposable glass, like the what do you call it? The fucking juleps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was there with my then girlfriend's family, like whole family, and I was getting like far drunker than everyone else.
Yeah.
Because it was on them, not me.
Sure.
And
Did you go full Randy? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Yeah, literally. I was like, it's classy. It's a mint julep.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was like 15 like collectible glasses like under my chair before the like actual big race started. And I was just like getting up and clanking them around, and it was not a great look.
I've never taken a collective glass home. I've always had great intentions with it, where it's underneath the seat and it's wrapped up, and I'm
never
like,
makes it.
No, I've never gotten one of those fuckers home, dude.
No,
never.
And they will just keep giving them to you. It's like they print like 500,000 of them.
Yeah.
Every mint julep comes in a collectible glass.
They gave 8 apiece to all of us when we went. Not one of those made it home.
No. Why would you take it home?
That's what it was
What
for.
are you going to do with it?
It was a commemorative, like, hey,
No,
Hey,
that's
I went.
stupid. That's fucking stupid.
R.I.P. Medina Spirit, by the way.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Heart
Suicide.
attack.
Oh, well, either way.
On the track, that doesn't happen to a
I think
horse
the
that
horse
young.
got myocarditis from the vaccine.
Maybe.
We're
Maybe.
gonna get canceled now from YouTube because of that.
Probably.
It's a fucking joke, asshole.
Probably. Another fun game here to close this out at the Camping World Stadium, which we hate.
Yeah, that's the worst stadium in
yeah.
all of college football.
Boy.
Division One. Well, they don't really have a Division One team. It's just a soccer team that plays there now, right?
No, they have the soccer stadium.
Oh,
So
they built a
that-
new soccer stadium, so now Camping World has
pretty-
2 events a year.
You're
pointless.
going to be there for this. Any chance you go? Drinking Bros tickets has got them for $58.
Where?
Iowa against Kentucky in Orlando. You'll be in Orlando.
What day is it?
It's
Bro,
on New Year's Day.
This game might be 3-0.
It's on January 1st.
New Year's
gross.
Eve, I'll be at a fucking Tem Montana concert, which means New Year's Day, I'm going to be dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, I'm not going to that.
This is
flight-
Kentucky -3.
My flight is at 6 p.m. on the 1st. But
Okay.
But
Smart.
I booked the Airbnb through the 2nd so I can stay there and recover right up until the point I have to go to the hospital or
The airport. Yeah, smart.
Well, hospital then the airport.
Smart. You usually have to get out of there by 11.
Yeah.
Who you got? Kentucky against Iowa -3. The over-under in this, by the way, is 44.
Yep, it's going to be a gross game.
I'm not
Gross
getting,
game.
Not getting involved in that.
I love Kentucky here.
Yep,
So do I.
same.
Stoops is rolling. Got a really good recruiting class this year.
Yep.
Extension. Him.
Team got the extension, yeah.
I want to say on the ESPN rankings, both Kentucky and Missouri were in the top 10 for recruiting classes, which everyone was shitting their pants about. But yeah, Stoops is like, Kentucky is a 2-sport school now.
All they have
It's
to do,
fucking
I mean,
wild.
he has the best job in college football. He wins 8 games a year, and everyone loves him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop this down just in case to 2.5, and
That's fair.
And I'm gonna go with that. But this is a gross game. I'm not touching that over under. I hate over unders that low where it's just
Yeah.
like cool. Even with a teaser to 39, Iowa's got a pretty good defense. They have nothing else. That Michigan game was a complete embarrassment, and I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I feel bad for everybody that had to watch that along with me. I teased that up to 19.5. Still lost.
And then before we go, during the national championship, I'm sure they'll have like the Dr. Pepper challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who you got, guy or girl? Because usually always.
Dr. Pepper Challenge, what the fuck is that?
It's,
For tuition.
yeah.
Where they throw the footballs in the cans.
Well,
They always go underhand.
push pass.
well, push pass is the way
Two-hand.
to go. If you try
Two-hand.
to be a hero and you go overhand, you always lose.
Yeah,
So I mean, you got to swallow your pride.
I agree.
Not worth it. Just wait. Joe Biden will cancel student loan debt at some point, right?
Yeah.
He'll have to.
Yeah.
He'll have to. As the White House is burning down behind him in like an action movie, you're like, oh, cancel student loan debt.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
By the way, Imperial Girl's saying I ordered a bloomin' onion at Texas Roadhouse last Saturday. Do they have that there?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah, they've
rebranded
every
something else.
fucking one of those shitty chain steakhouses have them now.
Whoa.
For sure.
Whoa.
That's a delightful place.
You're gonna defend Texas Roadhouse, but you had a problem with what's his nuts? The fucking Vince Young. Vince Young is actually a real steakhouse run by professional.
Loved it.
Right.
By the way,
restaurateurs.
I've never
love
had a
Vince Young.
problem
Yeah,
with Vince
Delco
Young's
Dan. Yeah, you
steakhouse.
did.
Yeah, you've been talking shit about it nonstop since you worked there.
Yeah, dude.
Just
It's
said-
Yeah,
crazy.
I remember you guys asked, and I was like,
don't
"Yeah, it's a great
wanna go.
steakhouse." And Dan's just like, "But that might just be
He
Dan's
goes,
like
meh.
reflex is to be like,
Yeah.
nah,
Meh.
dude, nah."
Yeah, you're a fucking serial contrarian, is what you are.
I love Vince Young's steakhouse. And by the way, if you go, it's
I had no expectations.
I didn't
thought
either.
it might be shitty like a
Same.
Texas Roadhouse, but it was. And it
Like
turned
a
out to be really
Culpeper.
good.
it's Vince Young College, not Vince Young NFL.
Right.
That's how good it is.
Yeah.
It is. By the way, like the name does make it sound like it might not be good.
Yeah.
But it was literally like, I think it was founded like right after he got drafted, and they just like put his name on it, and he got some cash from it, and then he's been bought out of that for years.
Right.
At this point, it's just name recognition.
If anything, he owns Stock and Cheesecake Factory.
he does. And
Does he really?
Southwest Airlines.
Well, that's how he blew all his money. It was dinners at Cheesecake Factory.
Gross.
Well, they
That's-
have a big menu.
they
Yeah.
do.
do.
He
It's
bought all
extensive.
of it.
Well, they have like 4 menus.
Will they
Yeah,
have
it's
everything
too
you
much.
want? Yeah.
It's too much. I'm not a big fan of Cheesecake Factory, actually.
Well, if you try to do everything, you can't do anything.
No, and that's what I try to do. And I'll go some Asian flair, get some egg rolls, and then kind of mix it up with like a Mediterranean side. It's all a mess, and like I'm never happy. The toilet's never happy.
I don't think your body was designed by Jesus.
No.
To eat 4 different types of cuisines in one sitting.
I agree, and that menu's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know who did that, but people love it. There's a particular race that loves
someone
it.
was talking about this the other day at a thing I was at a party I was at, where they were like, the Cheesecake Factory is what poor people think rich people eat at.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And that's after they've eaten lunch at what's the buffet place? Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Golden Corral is the Walmart of fucking restaurants.
They stormed the Cheesecake Factory in New York last week.
To get in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so. I'll go Applebee's in that fucking battle because they stormed Applebee's.
Here's what we should do. We should, instead of paying our employees and all that shit, we should take that money and buy a Cheesecake Factory franchise on the island of Capri off the Amalfi Coast.
Oh, that'd be great.
Right? And people come there. And how much money in business you would do there? White trash people visiting Europe.
Yep.
Looking for a McDonald's somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
I got one better for you, brother.
Cheesecake
Factory.
Let's fucking ride.
You would fucking you would probably own Italy in 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
Because their economy sucks, right?
Yeah.
It'd be great.
There's been a complaint actually in Washington, D.C. that it's so expensive there that all the like mom and pop bars and restaurants are closing and only the chains can afford to stay open. So like all the like lobbyists and cool DC kids, they have to go. They literally like their social lives are like going out to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
They're at Chili's.
It's great.
Fucking Applebee's getting the 2 for $20 dinner.
I'm good with both of those. I love them both.
Applebee's doesn't seem to be facing inflation.
No.
Still 2 for $20 over there.
They're fine.
They've downgraded to cat meat, I think, but
Endless appetizers.
Yeah.
It's no longer half price app, so it's 3/4.
Is it really?
3/4. God,
Fuck off.
inflation's getting bad.
Is cat meat red?
Who knows, dude? I don't know. Let's go get one.
Yeah, let's go get one now.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, kids. Looking forward to watching these games on New Year's. For D'Anthony Holloway, Delco Dan, Hot Bob, I'm Ross Patterson. This is my fucking throat exploding. This is Pick'em 6. What is it? What are they going with?
New
Year's 6.
It's circumcision.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
The circumcision 6.
The Cirque 6 is what it
The
is.
New Year's 6 sounds like a group of kids that got in trouble for some shit.
Or
then exonerated 25 years later after spending that entire time in prison. Right?
Or got
Isn't
trapped
it
in a
Chicago
cave.
5 or the New York, the Central Park?
yeah.
Central Park.
5,
Yeah.
The Chicago 7.
Yeah, they should probably get a branding guy.
Exactly. Good night, everyone.